If you struggle to validate your own worth in your ideas, your creations, or with what you want to bring into the world, or if you downplay what you've made and question if it's good enough, or if you constantly need someone else to tell you that it matters, then your body has been waiting for you to finally see yourself the way that you're craving others to see you. And what I'm about to share might change everything. So today I'm going to share 3 things. First, why the creative pull that you keep ignoring hasn't left. The biological truth about what living disconnected from your worth costs you, and how your body literally begins to heal the moment you turn back toward yourself. And third, the practice that makes creative expression feel natural again. So in the short term, not being able to live in your worth may explain the exhaustion that you can't really make sense of. You know, the dullness that you feel, or the sense that you're going through the motions of life that look good on paper, but inside feels hollow. Long term, your body doesn't wait for you to figure this out, unfortunately. The inflammation builds, cellular aging accelerates, and the distance between who you are and who you're performing to be can feel like this gaping hole that you don't know how to cross. And the creative work that you want to do, that you keep putting off, it's not separate from all of this. It's the very thing your system is crying out for. Hi there, if we haven't been introduced before, I'm Ashley Cassandra. I've been an embodiment coach for over 7 years, helping ambitious women achieve emotional freedom and unshakable self-worth. And what I've come to understand through my own journey and through working with clients is that we have catastrophically underestimated the importance of being with ourselves long enough to replenish our own roots and cultivate the inner freedom that allows ourselves to express ourselves creatively. We've treated using our gifts as optional, as something that we'll get to do later on, or as a luxury for when everything else is handled. But your body doesn't experience it as optional. I have spent years allowing myself to pass up on my own creativity, allowing my energy to be used on things that didn't fuel my soul, all because I couldn't believe that I brought lasting value to others or myself. It was such a strange phenomena because I knew my gifts, right? We all know we have these visions of what we're good at, what we want to create, what is meant for us to do in our lifetime. And we know this because of how it feels. But then somewhere in creating it, doubt would come in and take over, and no amount of validation could really help me to believe otherwise. I kept telling myself that I needed more time, I needed more qualifications to be more ready, what else? A better space, different circumstances. The list could go on. And yes, all that learning made me more knowledgeable, made me more stable in this work. But more than anything, I was ready a long time ago. And what I was actually doing was keeping myself safe from being seen, from being evaluated and criticized, and from being vulnerable, releasing my work and what matters to me in a way that I couldn't control once it was out there. So here's the truth about the creative pull that you keep ignoring. The thing that you say that you'll get to someday. It's dormant, and it's waiting for you to believe that you're worthy of pursuing it. And for most of us, we tend to bypass the opportunities to reveal what we're meant to be doing with our time. Like having an afternoon to yourself, and instead of allowing space to see what is ready to come through you, you're scrolling on your phone, or cleaning the house for the 3rd time this week, or restlessly staying busy, finding something that needs to be done. Yet, if someone asked you, what do you want? Would it easily come to you? Or have you spent so long considering everyone else's needs that you genuinely can't answer because your own desires feel foreign to you? It also may be the way you feel selfish the moment you prioritize something that's purely for your own fulfillment. These aren't small habits. they're symptoms of a deeper pattern. And that pattern, it keeps your gifts and your goals almost locked away. Using your gift is the ultimate act of saying, I matter. What's inside of me is worth expressing. And if you can't validate your own worth, how can you possibly let yourself create something that reveals who you actually are? Now, in your body, when you chronically suppress yourself from your own essence, there's a concept in physiology called allostatic load. It's the increasing burden that your body carries from chronic stress. And here's the thing, your body cannot distinguish between the stress of a physical threat and the psychological and emotional stress from constantly editing yourself, constantly minimizing your needs, and performing a version of yourself that's acceptable to everyone else except you. The research done on allostatic load shows that this kind of prolonged stress creates measurable damage across multiple systems in your body. Your cardiovascular system, your metabolism, your immune function, your hormones, it's organ level decline. And that sounds very dramatic and very depressing, but it's true. There's also research on inflammatory markers in people who chronically suppress core aspects of themselves. These markers show up before cardiovascular disease, before autoimmune conditions, basically before your body starts turning on itself. And then there's the telomere research, where Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn discovered that chronic stress, especially the existential kind, the stress of not living in alignment with yourself, shortens your telomeres, which are those protective caps on your chromosomes, meaning your cells age faster. Yet, my friend, what is equally true is that when people engage in activities aligned with their sense of purpose, with genuine self-expression, and what actually matters to them, their telomeres lengthen. So when you give yourself permission to express what's true in you, your body literally begins regenerating at the cellular level. To give you a helpful image, think of it like a plant's root system. Roots grow in a very private matter, as we know. It's unseen by most of us. They require space, stillness, and time in a nutritious base, which for them is soil. These roots are what allows everything above ground to flourish. The leaves, the fruits, the visible beauty. But when a plant is constantly forced to produce without that deep unseen nourishment, it begins to wither from the inside out. The whole thing collapses from preventable root rot. You are no different. I am no different. We are no different. The parts of us that are our foundation require nourishment in order for us to stand out as our own individuals with creative expression. If we use an Ayurvedic lens, there is this concept called Rasa. It's the Sanskrit word for the juice, the vital essence that flows through you when you're truly living and not just surviving. When Rasa is flowing, you feel alive and you are feeling juicy, my love. But when it's blocked or depleted, disease begins. Not just emotional discomfort, but actual physical disease. Your gifts, your creative expression is your Rasa. And when you cut yourself off from it, when you tell yourself that it can wait, when you keep saying someday, you're cutting yourself off from what makes you feel alive. The thing that will bring so much passion into your world requires enough space to slow down long enough to remember what's actually alive in you. So take in this reminder, that craving to be seen, it has nothing to do with other people. You're only projecting that the other person isn't seeing you. It's you that needs to acknowledge yourself, that needs to validate your own work, your own character, and be in your own essence. So if you're willing, here's a practice that I invite you to do, which is to sit with yourself today, preferably. Give yourself the attention that you've been desiring from someone else. Not to improve anything, just to be with yourself, to breathe in what it feels like to exist in your own presence. And if it doesn't feel good at first, that just means that it's been so long since you've allowed yourself to be known to yourself. What happens when you do this over time is that you will begin to acknowledge your own truth without needing any external confirmation. Your nervous system will register safety, that it's okay for your body to begin to heal. The inflammation decreases, those telomeres will lengthen, and the juiciness, my love, that we love about you will begin to flow again. And what emerges when you stop resisting your own nature is so remarkable. Imagine, truly imagine feeling worthy and advocating your own creativity without zero unnecessary force. You'll be radiant. You will be radiant. And eventually, people around you will want to give you that same attention you once craved. But by that point, it's not going to matter. Not the way that it used to. You'll be in your own fulfillment of who you are. So today, just for those 5 minutes, test out the practice and notice what's been waiting there for you. If this video stirred something in you and you want to go deeper into this practice, I created a free 30 days of self-worth challenge. It walks you through learning to validate yourself, to train the body to regulate itself as you continue to rise with unshakable self-worth, and so much more. The link is in the description. And if you're ready to explore what happens when you actually start expressing yourself from a place of internal validation, and you need to navigate the resistance that shows up, watch this next. I break down exactly how to move through what emerges once you stop hiding. See you in the next one.